we're going to be starting seated today. If you have a yoga mat or an exercise mat, that's great, but if you don't worry. Just a comfortable floor, maybe carpet probably best, maybe something to protect your knees like a cushion, and you can flow through this yoga class as well even without the yoga mat. Now when you are ready, find a comfortable seated position. You can have your legs crossed, you can have them in a loose cross like I do with your knees out a little bit wider. If you need to, sit upon a cushion if your hips are really tight. Just anything that feels comfortable for you to just sit for a few moments, hands resting either in your lap or on your knees if you have your legs crossed. And then I'd like you to just gently close your eyes. Take a lovely, long, slow, deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. Feel yourself starting to really arrive and settle, ready for your practice. Deepen and slow your breathing. Try to smooth the breaths so the inhales and the exhales are the same length. Breathing through your nose if you can. And as you breathe, just start to notice any sensations you're feeling in your body this morning. Maybe you're feeling some tightness or tension in the muscles, some stiffness in the joints. Pay your body some attention now that perhaps it wouldn't normally get. Just having that awareness of your body and of yourself today. I'd like for you to set an intention for your practice today. Figure out what it is that has brought you to this class to practice yoga. It could be for yourself, for someone else, for something else. This reason could be different every time that you practice. Start to solidify that reason in your mind. And if at any point you find that your yoga practice is challenging you today, come back to that reason, to that intention, and allow it to guide you through your practice. You can choose to keep your eyes closed here, or you can gently blink them open. Take a big breath in through your nose, feel your spine extending, expanding up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let that breath go out through your mouth. Relax any tension in the face and the jaw. A couple more breaths like this, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel the shoulders sinking heavily away from the ears, the arms heavy. And then coming back to your breathing in and out through your nose. On your next inhale, reach your arms all the way out to the sides and up over your head. And as you exhale, reach forwards as far as you can without lifting your hips up off the floor. Let your upper body be heavy. Let your head hang. Taking those beautiful big deep breaths, feeling the back of your body expand, the ribs in the sides of your body expand. As you exhale, just gently walking the fingertips a little bit further away, still keep the hips planted down into the floor. Feel that elongation from the base of your spine all the way up into the vertebra of your neck. And then gently walk the hands all the way back in towards your body, back to your seated position. If you don't have your legs crossed at this point, cross them either in a loose cross or with the ankles crossed over. Inhaling to take your arms out to the sides and up over your head. As you exhale, bring your left hand to your right knee and your right arm behind you, twisting to the right. Lift the chest and the shoulders into that twist, elongate your spine, lengthen your back. Take the biggest, deepest breath you possibly can here. And as you exhale, move a little bit deeper into that twist. Maybe looking over the right shoulder if that's comfortable for your neck. And then come all the way back to your center. Inhale, send the arms out to the sides and up over your head. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left arm behind, twist to the left. Chest and shoulders open. Try to just have the left fingertips on the floor so you're not sinking down into the shoulder. Really lengthen and lift through the back. Big breath in. And exhale. Moving just that little bit deeper, maybe just millimeters. Look over the left shoulder if that is comfortable for your neck. Now come all the way back to the center. Inhale, take your arms all the way up over your head. As you exhale, bring your right hand down next to your right hip, reaching the left arm up and over your body to get a stretch all the way through that left side. Now move as deeply as you feel comfortable into this. Slide the hand out as far as you want to. Maybe you can come down onto the forearm if that's comfortable. Whatever position you can move into, just make sure that the chest and the shoulders aren't angling down towards the floor. You have your chest and your shoulders open. Settle into that deep stretch through the left side. Take a beautiful big deep breath, bringing the hand down in front of your face, across in front of the knees. And as you exhale, turn the palm out, reaching your hand all the way up over your head and back to that deep side stretch position. Inhale, bring the arm down, across in front of the knee, circling round. Exhale, turn the palm out, reach all the way up and over, side stretch. Inhale, draw that arm down, beautiful big circle. Exhale as you turn the palm out, reach all the way up and over your head to that side stretch. One more big circle, inhale, coming all the way down. And exhale, palm turns out, reach all the way up and over to your deep side stretch. Chest and shoulders opened to the front. Big deep breath in. And as you exhale, make your way back to the center. Just really feel your body elongate. This side of the body just starting to settle. This side of the body just feeling a little bit longer after being moved down to that side. Another big deep breath in, arms out to the sides, up over your head. And exhale, left hand comes down next to your hip. Reach the right arm up and over. Little side stretch through that right side first. And then just take your time to move a little bit deeper, walking that hand out a bit further into that stretch. Maybe you can come down onto the forearm. If you've got lots of space to move through the right side of the body, just settle here for a moment into that deep stretch. And then long inhale through the nose, bring the arm down in front of your face, across in front of the knees. As you exhale, turn your palm out and reach the arm all the way up over your head, back to that deep stretch. Inhale, bring that arm down in front of your face. You can follow the hand with your gaze if you want to. Exhale, turn the palm out, reach all the way up and over. Deepen that side stretch. Inhale, bring the palm across and down, circle it round. Exhale, open the palm, reach all the way up. Last one now, big circle as you inhale. And exhale as you open the palm and reach up and over to your deep stretch. Just feeling all of that mobility through the shoulder, all of that length through the side of the body. Big breath in, expand the belly as much as you can with your breath. And exhale, come all the way back to your center. Just noticing all of that length all the way through the sides of the body, into the hips, the sides of the lower back, up through the ribs and into the shoulders and the upper back. Now we're going to make our way up to standing. Do so however is comfortable for you. If you have a mat, we're coming to the top of the mat for sun salutations. If you don't have a mat, don't worry, you're just going to need some space to move behind you. Now start by bringing your big toes together. Your heels slightly apart, just finding your grounding and your foundation here. Strong in the legs and the core. Relax the shoulders, let the arms hang by your sides. And then inhaling to take your arms all the way up over your head. Exhale, forward fold, soften the knees as much as you need to here. Inhale as you lift, lengthen your back. Try to flatten all the way through the spine. And exhale, press your hands down into the floor, step your feet back to plank, or you can lower down to the knees in half plank. Now inhaling to lower all the way down to the floor, squeeze the elbows in tight to your ribs. Exhale, push up to cobra. Little soft bend in the elbows, draw the shoulders down and away from your ears. Inhale, gently lower. Exhaling to flex your feet, lift your hips up towards the ceiling into downward facing dog. Have your fingers spread out really wide, really press down into your index finger and your thumb. Try to really activate and connect with the shoulders. Draw the shoulder blades apart to create space in the upper back. And now inhale to step your feet up in between your hands. Exhale as you melt your body down into forward fold. Again, soften the knees if you need to. Inhale, lift your body, take your arms out to the sides and up over your head. And exhale, bring the palms together and all the way down into your chest. Reset your feet here if you need to. Big toes back together, heels slightly apart, just finding that grounding. And then inhale, send your arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you lift and lengthen your back. Exhale, down to plank or half plank. Inhale, lowering down to the mat. Keep your core strong so your hips don't sag down towards the floor. And exhale, cobra pose, little back bend. Keep the shoulders bent, the elbows bent and the shoulders down. Inhale, lower all the way down. Exhale, flex your feet, lift your hips, downward facing dog. This time I'd like you to have a think about having equal weight through your hands and your feet. So really push the floor away with your hands. Lift and lengthen the spine up towards the ceiling, lifting the hips. Lengthening through the backs of the legs to really send your energy down towards your heels, even if the heels don't touch the floor. Now inhaling to step your feet up to the top, in between your hands, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your body, arms out to the sides and up over your head. And exhale, palms all the way down into your chest. Inhale, send your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Lengthen your spine, flatten your back. Exhale, down to plank or half plank. Inhale as you lower down. Tuck the elbows in tight to your ribs. Exhale, push up to cobra pose. Shoulders down away from the ears, lengthen the neck. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just make sure you're not putting any tension into the neck to look down at the floor or your mat. Let the head hang, crown of the head down towards the floor, looking back between the legs or up towards your belly button to really lengthen the spine all the way up into the vertebra of your neck. Inhaling as you step all the way up to the top, hands, foot between your hands, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your body, arms out to the sides and up over your head, and exhale, palms all the way down into your chest. We're going to do one last sun salutation now. Inhale, send your arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift, lengthen your back. Exhale, finding plank or half plank. Inhale, lowering down, staying strong, squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, cobra pose. Back bend, elbows soft. Inhale, lower all the way down. And exhale, finding your downward facing dog. Now make your adjustments first. Push the floor away. Fingers spread wide, really open the shoulders, lengthening through the backs of the legs. And then you have the option, if you want to pedal through your feet, bending one knee at a time, pushing down into the opposite heel to really lengthen through the backs of the legs. And this can really help you work towards getting your heels down to the floor in your full downward facing dog. Now just finding stillness in your downward facing dog. Just take a breath here, really settle. Notice your strength and your balance. Then take a huge big inhale, and as you exhale, roll your shoulders forwards, bring them over the wrists, come to plank. We're going to open out into side plank on the right side, roll over to the outside edge of your right foot, releasing the left hand from the mat, reach that arm up to the ceiling. If you can, try to stack the feet on top of each other. If you need more stability, place the left foot in front of the right foot to stagger the legs. Breathe and lift the right hip up away from your mat. And now bending the left knee in towards your body as close to your chest as you can. Place that foot down on the floor with the toes pointing the same direction as you're looking. Press down into that foot to take some of the weight of your body. We're going to take a big deep inhale. Bring the left arm down, thread it through under the right arm and reach as far away from your body as you can. And as you exhale, lift all the way back up to the side plank. Inhale, thread that arm through underneath the right arm, reach it as far away as you can. Exhale, lift, keep that right hip lifted up away from the floor. One more, inhale, draw that arm down, reach it as far away as you can. And exhale, open all the way up. Now try to find your side plank once again. Stack the feet. Beautiful, really nice. Now bring the left hand down to the mat, roll back to your plank pose, and bring the right knee in as close towards your right elbow as you can, unfolding that leg to bring the right foot to the outside of the mat. So you've got a nice wide low lunge here,
with the hands inside of the foot in lizard pose, and we're just going to circle the hips a little bit here. So drawing the hips down towards the mat, circling them round, really opening into the hip flexor, the right hip as well. Change direction of your circles. Really find that mobility in the hips. If you're having any trouble with your wrists here, you can always come up onto your fists. Just makes it a little bit more comfortable. And now we're going to lower the left knee down to the floor and uncurl the toes in your lizard pose. Now you may find you want to stay here and just work on bringing the hips down towards the floor and lifting the chest. If you're feeling a little bit more flexible, you might want to come down onto the forearms to really sink into it, or you might want to reach your hands as far away from your body as you can and bring the chest as close towards the floor as you can. Lots of options here in your lizard pose. We're just going to settle for a couple of minutes. Well, not a couple of minutes, but some moments to really sink into that right hip, create space in those areas that can get really tight. Focus back in on your breathing where we're not moving now. You can settle into this posture and really take your time. You might even find that you want to flex the left toes and take that left knee out a little bit longer, find a bit more length into the lizard. All of these adjustments, they're all just variations of lizard pose to suit you, your body, and what you'd like to get out of your practice today. Take one more huge deep breath. Make it as deep and as slow as you can. Exhale, fully letting that breath go. Now wherever you are, come back to a lizard pose that's on your hands. So if you're on your forearms or walk your hands out, bring them all the way back in to be level with your foot. Now flexing the back toes, lift that left knee up off the floor and just send that right leg back to your plank pose. Beautiful, really nice. This time we're opening out into side plank on the left side. Roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. Right arm releases from the floor and reaches all the way up. Remember, if you need more stability, place the right foot in front of the left, but stack the feet if you can and really lift the left hip up and away from the floor. Now bending your right knee in as close towards your chest as you can. Place that right foot on the floor with the toes and the knee pointing in the same direction as you're looking, and press into that foot to take some of the weight. Inhale as you reach that arm down and thread it through underneath the left arm, reaching it as far away from your body as you can. Exhale. Lift all the way up to the ceiling, look up to the fingertips here if you want to. Inhale, thread that arm down and through. Exhale, lift all the way up. Press into that right foot. Keep lifting that left hip. One more. Inhale, thread the arm down and through. And exhale, opening all the way up. Now try to find your side plank once again, stacking the feet. And then we're going to bring the right hand down, rolling onto the toes again in plank. Bend the left knee in as close towards your left elbow as you can, and unfold that leg to the outside of the hands. So that foot is out wide, at the edge of the mat if you've got one, but the hands are both inside of the foot. Now little circles of the hips here in your lizard lunge, your lizard pose. Just kind of rolling on the ball of the right foot, creating some movement, bringing mobility to that left hip. Change direction as well, See if you get a slight difference in the sensation there. And now we're going to sink into those lizard pose variations. So lower the right knee down to the floor and uncurl your toes. Now again, if you want to, you can slide the right leg back to sink into it a little bit more by flexing the right toes, finding a little bit more length. You can come down onto your forearms if that feels good. You can take the arms out as far as you can in front of you. You can just stay up on the hands or the fists. Whatever feels good for you in your lizard pose and gives you what you'd like to get out of your yoga practice today. More strength, more flexibility. Let's take a few moments to just breathe here. Try to deepen and slow those breaths once again, coming back to those even breaths. Inhales and exhales, try to make them the same length. As you inhale, really expand your belly. As you exhale, try to sink a little bit deeper. Not forcing any movement though, nothing should be painful or straining. Deep stretch and sensation is okay, is good even, but nothing should be painful. Just be a little bit patient with your body, accepting of where you are in your practice. One more big deep breath here. Exhale, let it all go fully out through the nose or the mouth. And then making your way back up onto your hands. If you're on the forearms, you walk the hands out. Come back to this lizard pose here. Flexing the right toes, lift your knee up off the floor, and then just step that left leg back to your plank. Now from here, try not to move your hands or your feet. Push back towards your heels, lift your hips up towards the ceiling into a really nice long variation of downward facing dog. Unlikely here that you'll be able to get your heels down on the floor, that's okay, don't walk the feet in. Focus on really pushing the hands away from the floor, really lengthening through the body. And now, probably not going to be able to do it in one step, so take a few steps to walk your hands all the way up, walk your feet all the way up in between your hands. Now take the feet hip distance apart. Let the body hang, soften the knees a little bit here if you need to. Lots of weight and length through the upper body. Now you can have your arms hanging here. You can hug the elbows. If you want to take your forward fold a little bit deeper, you can wrap the forearms round to the back of the calf muscles, holding onto the ankles, with the elbows locked into the backs of the knees. You can draw yourself down into that forward fold. Just whichever variation is feeling good for you today. Notice all of that length in the back of your body. If you're hugging onto your elbows, maybe even having a little sway. In any variation, maybe just moving the head from left to right, making sure there's no tension there. That should feel really comfortable and really easy. And now, wherever you are in your forward fold variation, take your arms out in front and just let them hang down towards the floor. Taking your time, soften the knees, tuck your chin in towards your chest. As slowly as you can, unfold your body all the way up to standing. Stack each vertebra one by one. Hold on to every last little bit of space you've created. as you roll all the way up to the top. And once you're at the top, shrug the shoulders up to your ears and then draw them down your back. Lovely big shoulder roll. Beautiful. Staying at the top of your mat or with room to move behind you, keep your feet hip distance apart, toes pointing forwards, knees pointing forwards. We're going to find chair pose. So take your arms up over your head so your biceps are by your ears. Bend deeply into the knees, push the hips back, and sit down as deeply as you can into your chair pose, but without pushing the belly forward and arching the back. Tuck your pelvis and really engage the lower part of your belly to find real strength in this posture. Try to have your arms reached up over your head with your biceps by your ears so you can't see your arms. Breathe deeply, and with every breath try to sit a little bit deeper into it. A little bit more strength. Now from here, if you need the balance to help you, take your arms out in front of you at shoulder height. And we're just going to very gently bend a little bit deeper into chair pose. Go as deeply as you can. Try to bring the hips all the way down onto the mat. And once your hips are down, release the legs, the feet from the floor. Lifting the shins parallel with the mat or fully extending the legs into boat pose. Make sure the back is straight, the core is engaged, not rounding or arching your back. Big deep breaths, not holding your breath to hold the posture. One more big deep breath, holding strong. And then bending the knees if you chose to straighten, and everybody bringing their toes all the way down to the mat. Keep the feet planted into the floor here, the knees bent, and just roll yourself all the way back onto the mat. Take your arms out wide and gently sway your knees and your hips from side to side. Loosen off any last bits of tension here in the lower back, maybe even into the core muscles as well. When you're ready, just let your knees rock all the way over onto one side. Really allow the lower body to be heavy. Just a gentle, natural twist. Bring your knees back to the center. Let them rock over to the other side. Not using any strength to hold your legs here. Just really allow the legs to be heavy. Bring your knees back to the center. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open out to the sides. Allow the hips to be beautifully open and relaxed. Making sure you're not straining or arching your lower back. If you feel like you are, shuffle your heels away from your body. Make it a position of relaxation, not strain. Place your hands on top of your belly and just gently close your eyes. Take a lovely long breath in. Focus on sending that inhale to the belly. And as you exhale, fully release that entire breath so that you can take a beautiful, big, deep, fresh breath on your next inhale. Focus on sending the breath to your belly as you inhale. Maybe this comes naturally to you and you don't have to think about it. Maybe you have to really think about sending the breath to the belly. you find it easier, you can place one hand on the chest, just to give you a little bit of awareness of where that breath is going. Try to feel the belly dome up towards the ceiling as much as you can on that in-breath. And exhaling, fully letting the breath go. Now if you find this position with your knees out wide, your feet together comfortable, feel free to stay here. If not, just any comfortable position for your body this morning, whatever's feeling good. You could have the knees together. You could fully outstretch your legs. Arms could be down by your sides, out wide, up over your head. Whatever feels good for you today. Anything that feels comfortable. If you've opened your eyes, just gently closing them once again. This is your time to find as much relaxation as you can. Notice the breath slowing down. The inhales a little deeper. The exhales a little longer. Notice the sensations you're feeling in your body. That warmth from your beautiful flowing practice. Maybe you can feel your heart rate slowing down. Maybe you feel your body starting to cool, or you've started to relax and slow down. I'd like you to think about a time, a memory where you felt a sense of true peace and happiness in both your mind and your body. It could be a memory from a holiday, it could be with a particular person. Take yourself back to that time now. Visualize the place you were. Remember every detail. Everything you could see, all the colours, everything you could hear, everything you could smell, everything you could touch. Fully immerse yourself in that memory. Allow the emotions of that time to wash over you now, bringing you a renewed sense of peace, a renewed sense of tranquility, feeling the stillness and the happiness of that time in the present moment. Feeling at home in your very own personal oasis of calm. to bring a little bit of awareness back into your body now. Bring some gentle movements back to your body. Anything that feels good. Maybe stretching out your arms and your legs. Maybe wriggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe bending your knees into your body and having a little rock. Any movements that feel good for you, and just send some energy and awareness back into your body. When you are ready, just in your own time, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your palms together in front of your chest and rub your hands together. Create lots of lovely warm, positive energy between your hands. And when you have that energy there, reabsorb it back into your body. Take in all that goodness. Thank your body for your practice today. Bring your palms back together. Gently bowing your head and opening your eyes. Namaste.